Today's episode is brought to you by Destiny's Accessories, located inside of A.V. Lopez at 3831 Boca Chica Boulevard in Brownsville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. Destiny Accessories has all the phone and tablet accessories you need, including chargers, screen protectors, wallets, clips, holsters, pop sockets, cases, and much more. Welcome back to Paranormal 956, coming to you live from an undisclosed location.
Right.
My name is David, and as always, I'm here with Bianca.
Hi, guys.
What are we talking about today, Bianca?
I don't know. You just said something about TikTok conspiracies, and I'm all ears for it.
We're here for this.
But I don't know what's a conspiracy here.
So we're going to go over the pros and the cons. We're going to kind of take both sides of this conspiracy.
You're going to get all political right now.
A little bit. We're going to dive in.
Okay.
So right now, and we're filming this, full disclosure, a little bit in advance. Right? And so this is current now, and we have TikTok now.
Yeah, so we don't know.
And so Bianca is expecting, and so we're preparing for that. So we're filming a little bit in advance. So when you hear this, you may not know what TikTok is.
Right.
Because it could have been banned, and you may not have it anymore.
Like Pornhub.
And it'll be a relic of the past. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why nobody's Pornhub is working. Mine works fine.
If you're a content creator, then your account is still open. You know?
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Okay,
yeah.
So first we're going to start with what's in the news is that the government, the United States government, the senators and the congressmen, representatives are trying to ban TikTok in the United States.
They have been trying for a while, haven't they?
Yes, they have been trying for a while. They have made some demands, as it were.
To who?
To TikTok. The government, the United States government has made some demands to TikTok that they sell all of their shares to an American company or they're going to shut it down.
Oh, shit.
And so there is a company, I believe the name is ByteDance, BYTE, like the computer byte, that owns TikTok. That is a Chinese company. And the fear that the congressman, the government has, because this isn't just like a Republican or Democrat thing. Right. The Republicans came up with it in the House of Representatives. Senators seem to be on board with this. I don't know a whole lot about that part of it. But,
me neither.
But President Biden, who's president right now, has said that if he gets the bill, he's going to sign it. And he's a Democrat. So this is something that both parties, at least that are in power right now, agree with.
So if it happens, it's going to happen. Like
right.
If there's a chance for them to sign it off, it is going to happen. Okay.
Right. And so the fear that they have, from what I understand, is that whenever there's a company in China, the Chinese government can, and sometimes or most of the time, I don't know, will take what they want from it. So let's say in this particular case, this is a social media company, and obviously they're taking our information, right? Our likes, our dislikes, our political affiliations, etc.
Sure.
And then the fear is that the Chinese government could come in and say, like, I want that information so we can do what we want with it. Or maybe even worse, we can fill Americans' heads with some bullshit and make them think a certain way, right? And so that's what everybody seems to be scared about. Does that part so far, does that make sense to you?
No.
And what part of it sounds fishy?
If you see my TikTok thread, it's a bunch of ghetto shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just fights, baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Yeah.
TikToks, jokes.
Same. We have a very similar thread, which shouldn't be.
Even midgets. Or what?
You don't have as many little people on your.
Yeah, I don't have that
Wait a minute. You sent me.
Just that one time. What? Just that one time because it came out.
And you knew I would love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair game. All right. So I am not too scared of what I just said is their fear.
Right.
Right. Because on my TikTok, and I do have some politics on my TikTok. So,
you do follow. Yeah, I do follow those type of people. I don't.
And so I'm not too scared. I'm much older too as well. So maybe I'm not the person that they're scared about. Maybe they're scared of kids that are going to get this ideology and so forth.
You think that's why kids are robbing banks?
Because of the Chinese?
Because of TikTok?
I guess it depends on their algorithm. So this is what I will tell you. What? As a social media expert, right? Because I have been in this field for a very long time. I started making money. I was making money back on MySpace, which was before Facebook.
Shit.
Yeah. And then I moved over to Facebook. That's where I really became a professional. And now I'm making money on TikTok.
You took the next step.
Yeah. So I am full in on this social media world. Right. And I do consider myself a social media
star.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. On my Facebook, I have international TikTok star. So yes, I do say that. And so I do have, I guess, information a lot of people maybe don't.
Right.
And so one of the things that is interesting to me is having been in the MySpace world and then in Facebook and then Instagram and Twitter and now Threads, those American social media companies, they seem to, what's the word? They thrive on getting you upset. Okay. So when you're going through your thread, and I know this because of our interactions, you send me stuff sometimes and I send you some stuff sometimes and it'll be like, can you believe this shit? Right? Can you believe this shit we saw? Right. And it's just to get you pissed, right?
Yeah.
It's just to get you pissed. And so on my Facebook, I get mad quick because they're sending me bullshit all the time. TikTok, on the other hand, they just send you the stuff you like.
Yeah.
So if you think about it as a buffet, right? Think about it like this. Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, they're sending you all these vegetables, right? That you just can't stand.
Randomly.
You're like, fucking shit, I fucking hate broccoli or whatever, right? All TikTok sends you is dessert.
And pizza.
It's just constant.
It's pizza, wings, and burgers.
Everything you love all the time. And so I don't know, as a consumer of, right? Not on the professional side.
Right.
On the professional side, I love it because the people that are fans of me, they get a lot of me.
Right.
Right. And then the people who don't like me, they're somewhere else. That's kind of why I love it as a creator on the TikTok side. I love that because the people who are on my page,
they're going to see enough of you.
They love me.
Yeah.
And then the people who don't love me, they go somewhere else, which is great. On the consumer side, when I'm on my Facebook, on my TikTok, it's like all good stuff.
Yeah.
And it sucks you in. And I don't like to be on social media too much a day. And I get sucked in.
Right.
And you told me, because actually I got into TikTok because of you.
Huh?
Yeah, you're the one who got on it first.
I don't know.
And then you were like, you need to get on this. It's fucking addicting. And then I got on it and I got addicted. Right? And that's how it is, right? Yeah. And so I can kind of understand it. So this is where that's a problem. Is when you're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these other ones, and they're giving you the counter idea, right?
Yes.
It kind of keeps you balanced a little bit, right? So if you're like, let's just say like if you're a white supremacist, right? To use
you're a white supremacist.
To use an extreme example, right?
Yeah.
If you go on to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace at the time, you're going to get some white supremacist stuff too. But then every once in a while, you're going to get Happy Martin Luther King Day, right?
Yeah.
And the white supremacists, they're going to kind of get a little balanced. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot it. You can't just be racist all the time.
Yeah.
Right? But on Twitter, if you're a racist, you just get racist shit 24/7 all the time. So for you and I, who aren't hateful people, I think our Facebook, our TikTok, because we're not hateful people, is harmless, right? So like on mine, I get a lot of pranks. I'm real into dogs. So I get bulldog stuff, funny stuff, travel stuff, food stuff. Not hurting anybody. I mean, if I get 24 hours of travel videos or dog videos or prank videos, who cares?
Yeah.
But if you're a hateful person, let's say you hate Joe Biden or Donald Trump, pick your hateful person, right?
Yeah.
And you get 24 hours of I hate this person, or they're a horrible person, or they're a horrible person.
Oh.
That's problematic. I can see where that's problematic.
But also, it's not like fucking 15-year-old kids are watching that shit.
True. The fear that the government has is
you know what? And if they're watching it, it's because they took down Pornhub. I'll say that.
Yeah. So I don't know if my Pornhub went down, which it didn't. But if it did, if my substitute would be more Joe Biden and more Donald Trump.
Right.
I don't know that I would substitute one for one right there.
But it makes sense, right?
Yeah. If you're not doing this, you may be doing that, I guess. So that's the fear. And so
if they take off TikTok,
yeah,
where are we going to go to? I say we because
yeah, we're on TikTok. And so this is the other side of it, right? Uh-huh. Because I do believe that there's two major reasons why this is all happening.
Okay.
And this is maybe a little bit conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I think it's possible that Facebook and Twitter are paying lobbyists to do this. Because I think TikTok is the new best social media. Like, it's outperforming everybody.
For sure.
I could have never imagined, as a person who grew up when the internet was not in existence, right?
Right.
And then seeing YouTube come out and seeing Google come out and the chokehold they had on information, right?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to know anything, I want to know the address to this place. I want to know how this place is. I want to know.
And it was there.
It was on either YouTube or on Google, which are actually the same company, right? They're both Google. TikTok is the biggest search engine and the biggest video player on the internet right now. I could have never imagined that would happen. And so one of the things that TikTok is also kind of keyed into is when you Google, we do a lot of research for this show, right?
Yeah.
And so
we use TikTok.
But let's say that we're going to research, let's say like we did an episode on the Brownsville raid, right? And so we're going to Google,
we TikToked it.
Who was involved in the Brownsville raid? It gives you this long article. But on TikTok, it's going to give you a 15-second video that just sums
30 seconds at the most.
Yeah, it's quick and it's fast. And so what I've seen with my friends that are younger than me, when we travel and we want to go do something. So we were in Boston with some friends of mine. And
this is a Boston story where...
I'm not going to get into Chinatown. But it's the same people. Right?
Okay.
But we're going to go on this ghost tour. Is this ghost tour any good? And my friend Virginia and Vanessa were TikToking, looking it up on TikTok and getting, swiping through, watching 5 seconds of 20 videos.
Yeah.
And getting a good feel
of what it was.
Of what that ghost tour was
of the process. Of the process. Right. Yeah.
We want to go to this restaurant. Is it any good? Same thing. They were going through TikTok, typing in the restaurant and going through and seeing 50 dishes in like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
Instead of doing the Google reviews.
Right. And reading.
Yeah.
I went on my wife's anniversary, and it's all print and it's annoying, right? With TikTok, these girls were going through it quick.
Yeah.
And, they're doing things better. And so I could see why all of these other search...
You can look up the Chinatown map on TikTok.
I didn't look up Chinatown. So quick aside so everybody understands what happened. I went to Boston. I was with my friends, Virginia and Vanessa. And for some reason, I know that there's 2 stops that are Chinatown. Right. But it seems like there's like 30 stops. But every time we came out of the subway, we ended up in Chinatown somehow for a whole day. And we couldn't get out. It was like a time warp or something. I was done.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they make fun of me. My Chinatown trip
still doesn't make sense.
And it doesn't make any sense how we were not even trying to go to Chinatown, but we kept ending up. And it's not even that big. It's like a 4-block area. And for some reason, I spent the whole day.
You made 30 stops.
Getting on and off the subway and ending up in the same place every time. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so.
That's another conspiracy theory.
I didn't TikTok Chinatown. And so, back to I think that establishes what everybody's scared of. And I think that's the first reason why this is happening. I think lobbyists are getting involved. I think Facebook and Twitter are putting in a lot of money to make people scared of these things. Because the truth is they're doing everything that TikTok's doing as far as taking our information and using it against us to buy more products. They're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, also like, how can I say it? TikTok has been like more simple and fast in getting word out or transferring news.
Yeah. So that's another thing that I have seen on TikTok that
because people don't just like sit in front of the TV no more.
Right.
To just watch news.
Right. So maybe the news information is also
like
part of
Fox News, they got a TikTok.
They do have a TikTok.
Like all those reports they do. They make it in the 30-second video.
Yeah.
And like you're not gonna stay the whole hour just fucking watching Fox News.
Yeah. And it gives you a lot of control too, right? Because when you're watching a video, how long before you decide if you're going to swipe or not swipe?
2 seconds. 3.
Yeah. So I think that's the majority of people on TikTok.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of control. You don't necessarily control what they're going to show you, but you control how long you're going to watch it. Right? And if you don't want to watch it very long,
don't watch it.
You don't watch it. And so I do think another part of this, people that are probably also lobbying is the news people. And I think there is a lot of animosity towards TikTok because now all of a sudden everybody's a reporter now, right?
Yeah.
And so
that's what I'm saying.
One of the things that it's annoying to me too, right? And like I said, I'm all in on TikTok, but it is annoying how anybody can have a megaphone now, right?
Right.
I'm not going to say names.
Right.
But there are people in our town that are tabloids, more or less, right?
Sure.
And they just cause dust-ups, right?
Do.
And, there's also blogs and there's all this other stuff. And these people just like to poke important people in town.
Yeah.
I think try not to be too controversial here, right?
Right.
I am
trying to keep it broad.
Yeah. So I'm friends with people that are politicians here in town and they get written about and it causes this huge uproar. Right. And in my mind, because I'm a TikToker,
just make a TikTok.
And they're just in their house like I am.
Right.
Like They walk around with their phone out, and that's all they do, right? And so it has given power to just anybody if you want to take it. And so I could see why the news is like, these people are always at the scene of the crime because we're everywhere, right? People that are normal people are everywhere. And everybody has a phone and everybody can make a video and people can send it to each other.
Record it, edit it, 15 seconds, 30 seconds.
And everybody can go viral. So I'm sure
you don't need permission.
Right.
Nothing like that.
Yeah. And you don't have to make appointments and you don't have to pay for this or that and the other thing.
Yeah. You don't got to take legal action or sign the NDA or nothing like that. You just
and this is the thing too, right? Is a lot of these people that are journalists, they went to school to be journalists.
Yeah,
and they paid for universities and dorms and all this stuff. And then you and I are walking around with our phones, and something happens. We just pull our phone out and we make the story.
Yeah,
when we didn't have to do any of that. And so I'm sure there's some resentment there as well.
True.
Right. The last thing that I think is part of this is we've seen a lot of like Asian hate, at least up until the coronavirus pandemic started. And maybe there's a part of that that's this, that they just, how does this Asian company come in here and do social media better when we're the ones who invented it?
Oh my God.
I think that's part of it.
30 years ago.
What do you mean? That we invented it?
No. Like since COVID or whatever, like the hatred they had. I'm not going to include myself because
no, I'm not even. We're not
hateful like that.
Yeah.
But no. But to that, but like.
So when you say it like that, you're like, we don't hate those people, but don't make the list too long because there's
we don't hate them because they made TikTok. We appreciate you guys for that. You also made COVID. No, I'm joking.
You know what?
But also, it got us out of school. So, so win-win.
You graduated right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember because I remember going on spring break and we never went back.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because I was tutoring at the time. And I remember...
I think it was around the time that the teacher just passed us. He was like, no, you guys okay. Yeah, you guys did fine. I think we were asking if we were going to do finals. Should I say this?
We have our degrees already.
Yeah, anyways. I think we were asking if we were going to go do finals. And they're like, no, nobody can show up in school. They're like, so... I'm like, no, you guys are okay. Like, okay, how? He's like, you guys are okay.
What? But you were done with your automotive courses.
Yeah, we're just waiting for finals.
But what class was it? Just the subject. What was the subject?
I think, was it transmissions? That was the last one? Or... No. Or maybe automatic transmission. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that what it was?
I think it was transmissions.
So it was an automotive class.
Yes. Oh, Jesus. They're going to investigate this shit, David.
No, they're not. It was COVID. And like I said, you already have your paper. I already have my paper. It's been a few years.
Signed and dated anyways.
Yeah. And so I actually graduated a year later.
Yeah, then no, it wasn't.
Because I remember you took your...
What fucking class was it?
You took your automotive classes together and then you took your electives together, right? Or is that not right?
No, I took my electives first.
First?
Yeah.
I don't think that's right because I remember...
Oh, I had Perales. I had that fucking...
That was an English class.
Yeah, English class. Fuck that bitch.
I know her.
Yeah, I know her too. What the fuck is that?
She wasn't my teacher though. But yeah.
How do you know her?
Friends of my wife. Okay.
We went off topic.
Off topic. So I do think that's part of why people are scared.
Man, fuck Perales.
But I'm
not TikTok.
So what do you think should happen? Are you scared at all of TikTok?
No, not scared. Actually, like, TikTok in a way has been like helpful. Like car crashes and all that stuff that they've recorded happen.
Right.
You know, like
dash cams,
yeah, and all that shit. Like, or awareness to like people getting kidnapped, or stories about, oh, they left this by my car. Guys, don't touch it. I already called the police or whatever. If you guys see it, they told me to be careful. Just keep an eye out. Stuff like that.
So for those of you who are not on TikTok, there is something really amazing that goes on when they need TikTok to do the work.
It happens.
They work faster and harder than anybody. And so just to give a few examples, there was a barbecue restaurant in the Fort Worth area, friends of mine that own a barbecue restaurant. And somebody came and stole their barbecue pit. And so
a whole barbecue pit. It's not a small one. Let's keep it in mind.
Right. So for these people that don't know, and I'm real deep, this is part of what my TikTok is. I go to these top 50 barbecues joints all over Texas, and I'm friends with people all over Texas that own barbecue restaurants
and do barbecues.
And so what they do is they have these literally 1,000-gallon barbecue pits on trailers, right?
It's not something
humongous trailers.
Yeah, it's not something you just pick it up, take it in your truck, and let's go.
Right. And so to put a dollar amount, this particular trailer was worth $30,000.
Holy shit.
Right? It's a humongous barbecue trailer, state of the art, blah, blah, blah. So this is Fort Worth. Somebody comes and they steal this barbecue pit.
Right.
They hook it up to a van and they drive away. And so the owner of the barbecue joint, a friend of mine, calls the police. Right? And they say they're going to work on it. And weeks go by, nothing. So he kind of gets a little fed up with it.
But also, where the fuck would they hide a fucking $30,000 fucking
It's a really
pit?
big trailer, right? So he puts it, his name's Chris. He puts it on TikTok. The surveillance video.
Right. Oh, they even got video of how it happened?
Video.
Like,
they got video of people coming, hooking up. I've seen the video.
Okay.
It's two guys come out of a van. One guy's in like a white sweatshirt. The other guy's in another sweatshirt. You can't really tell the color, but it's not white. They hook it up to their van and they drive away.
That's it.
Yeah. So earlier in the day, they went and cut the locks. They came back, hooked it up in the middle of the night, and they left. Right. And so it's super quick. And it's a trailer. So they hooked it up and they took off. And, it doesn't, if you didn't know, hey, that's not Chris.
Right.
Who the fuck is that, right?
They're just moving a fucking $30,000 pit.
Yeah, you don't think anything, right? Well, he puts it on TikTok. And they find the guys in literally like 30 minutes.
No way.
They found them. Then, during this time, another barbecue place that I'm not friends with had their barbecue pit stolen as well. So my friend goes over and he goes, hey, do you have a video? He's like, no, I don't have a video. Chris goes to the businesses around and finds a video of that exact truck.
Moving another pit,
right? Because this second one is in a really big parking lot. So there's
but they didn't have cameras.
Right. The cameras aren't right there.
Yeah.
But he sees like
business around the area.
Like where the entrance and the exits are to this particular property. He gets that video. It's the same fucking truck pulling the
the pit.
And so when he has this stuff, he goes on to TikTok. They find it 30 minutes. Turns out it's another restaurant is stealing the barbecue pits.
No fucking way.
It's another restaurant, and he fucking goes, and his barbecue pit's in the back of this restaurant, and he just loads it up and he takes it back, and he calls the police, and it takes him weeks to get over there and to do everything, right? And so granted, Fort Worth's like a busy place and they have a lot of stuff going on, But TikTok got this done quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this has happened. People have missing children.
Yeah.
I saw one recently. If your husband has a something, I think his name was Brian with a Y in Boston. I just saw your husband on some dating site or whatever. And they find these people quick, right? And TikTok is like unbelievable. Every day there's a story like that. Like you see something and then there's an update. And I don't know. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't sleep whenever I don't get updates. I want to look. I go through TikTok until something else pops up.
I literally saw a video this morning of a police officer in San Antonio pulled over a driver, and somebody in the car started shooting at the cop.
Okay.
And the cop starts shooting back, and that video ends. And then later in the day, I get an update that, the two bad guys died and the girl that handed the guy the gun got shot. And it's like, it's just amazing how fast this information goes. And so I do get why.
It is helpful.
The benefit.
Yeah, the benefit. Yeah.
So
I mean, not really scared.
This is another thing too. And I guess this will be the last point. I think there is a generational difference as well. And I think that I'm closer to your generation in this particular sense. I'm not scared of my privacy.
Like, we're not.
I'm not scared of privacy. People in your age, you all grew up without privacy, really. Right?
Yeah.
Because, like with me, being on Facebook since the beginning, people my age were posting pictures of their kids from the 90s.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, like with me, my baby pictures, they're not on Facebook unless I put them. Right?
Or your mom.
Right. My mom could.
I'll tell your mom.
Yeah, my mom will do it. But, like, I didn't grow up that way. But you, in real time, I mean, maybe not you specifically, but kids your age.
We do post our kids.
Your parents could have posted your pictures when you were little. Because 2000, I was way into Facebook already.
No, but my mom wasn't on Facebook.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying not you specifically. But,
no, yeah, but like now, like I do post pictures of my kids.
But what I mean is like your friends whose parents were on Facebook posted their pictures as kids.
Yeah.
And so kids that are your age, that are grown-ups now, have had their baby pictures broadcast to the world since they were born, right?
Yeah.
So y'all aren't really scared because what's happened to you? Nothing happened, right?
No.
And so people like me that are older, that didn't have our baby pictures broadcast that way, this can be like something scary, right? Like, oh, my picture's on the internet. So this is what people are scared of. My age, I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard this from people.
I was in a fucking...
People are scared that they're going to take your head and put it on a naked body and then send it to everybody. And now with AI,
but you see, like I think like my generation, we like it's a fucking prank. Yeah. Like we would just laugh it off.
This is the other thing too.
And you guys are more like conservative, like.
Well, you can't throw me in on this, but I know what you're saying, and this is the thing too, right?
As long as I know it's not me, I'll laugh it off. I don't give a shit.
But this is the thing too, right? Is that
well now they're doing the what's it called, the IAs.
Right.
Or what,
AIs artificial intelligence. Yeah. So
now they even got video of us when it's not even us.
Yeah. Deep fakes. We need to do a video or an episode on deep fakes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down because I'm for sure gonna forget that.
We're gonna forget it.
So yeah. So that's something that my generation and older are very scared of. Not me so much.
Right.
Because I think whatever you did would probably be an improvement.
Sure.
The reality. So I'm not too scared of that. But your generation, y'all aren't really scared of that.
No.
So I think that's... Do you think there's any other angle?
Not really.
Well, that's it for today's episode on TikTok and the conspiracies. I think we milked that one as far as it would go.
Yeah.
Covered every angle.
I mean, if I was scared of it, I'd probably have more to talk about, but not really scared.
Yeah. In general, I'm not scared of too many things.
Right.
And so, least of all, a social media app.
Right.
I mean...
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was paying for it and they took it down, not let me finish the rest of the month, then yes, I'd be fucking pissed. But it's free. I mean, if they take it off, they take it off. I'll find something else to watch. Not Pornhub, obviously.
They already took away our Pornhub. Take it all.
Yeah, I mean, who cares at this point?
Well, this is the thing. I do think if they do get rid of TikTok, something else is coming. It's just like the nature of the beast.
True.
And so, yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with.
Well, and eventually
it has to be better than TikTok if it's going to be something. If you guys are going to take off TikTok down.
Well, I think eventually something is going to be better than TikTok anyway. That's just the way it works.
But not yet.
Not yet, but eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
So that's it for today. I want to thank you all for listening. We are available on Facebook.
YouTube Music now.
YouTube Music.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Yes, sir.
So listen to us on YouTube Music, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts.
Google Play.
I don't know.
That's
it for today.
Yep. Bye, guys.